This is Equiptronics pH meter. From here, first of all, you need to on the main switch. Then there is another switch over here. Okay, so you have to on from here. And then you need to give 5 to 10 minutes warm up time, and then you can start with your practical. So over here, this is the digital display wherein you will be able to read your pH. Then this instrument can be operated in two different modes. You can see over here, there is a switch from where you need to choose the mode. Right over here, MV is written, that is millivolt, and pH is being written. So if this instrument is in a millivolt mode, okay, then this instrument will act as a potentiometer. And if this instrument is in a pH mode, then it will act as a pH meter. So we are going to use this instrument as a pH meter. So always the instrument should be in a pH mode. Okay, you can see over here the LED light is on over here, right? So the instrument right now is in a pH mode. And using this pH meter, you will be having true practicals, right? So this is the asymmetry potential knob. This is the slope knob, and both of this are used for the calibration. So when we will be discussing the calibration, at that time I will discuss both of this in detail. Now this is a temperature knob from where you need to set the temperature. So actually, first of all, you need to find out the temperature of the sample solution. Okay, suppose say the temperature of the sample solution is 30 degrees Celsius. Then over here you need to set 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, but I mean this is the actual way to perform the practical. But we will consider 25 degrees Celsius as a standard temperature, and always you have to set over here 25 degrees Celsius. Right now also 25 degrees Celsius has been set. Right, so you have to perform entire practical at 25 degrees Celsius temperature, which is a standard temperature. Right, so you need not have to measure the temperature of any of the solution. Directly set 25 over here and do the calibration and perform your practical at 25 degrees Celsius temperature. Now this is on and off for the stirrer. Okay, now over here you can see that this is the electronics buffer, and this electronics buffer is used for internal calibration. And from here you need to plug in your electrode. Okay, so the electrode which we will be using is referred to as pH electrode, or you can say glass membrane electrode. So now let me show you the electrode. So this is the glass membrane electrode. It is an ion selective electrode, and it is highly sensitive and selective towards the H+ ions. So inside this electrode there would be silver chloride standard electrode as well as the silver chloride working electrode. Okay, so there would be one silver wire which would be coated with silver chloride salt. You can see over here inside this glass bulb there is a wire, that is silver wire, which is being coated with silver chloride salt. Okay, so this is a glass membrane electrode. So you can see over here there is a glass bulb. So that glass bulb is a thin membrane which is made up of glass. Okay, and if I talk about the composition, then the composition of the glass would be there would be calcium oxide, sodium oxide, and silicon dioxide would be there, right? Now as I told you that the electrode which would be there inside it would be silver chloride electrode, and you can see there is solution inside it which is surrounding the electrode. So the electrode which you can see inside it is a working electrode. Okay, and the electrode which is being wired around it is a reference electrode. If you can see, then you can see that there is one electrode which is wired around the working electrode, that would be the reference electrode. So the solution which is being filled inside this is KCl buffer solution having pH 7, and this solution would be saturated with silver chloride. Okay, and then there would be along the membrane there would be HCl solution also. Okay, so as I told you, this electrode would be highly selective and sensitive towards H plus ions, that is hydronium ions, and with the help of that we will be able to determine pH of any of the solution. Now let us move on to the internal calibration. Over here also there would be two types of calibrations. First of all, you have to go for internal calibration, then you have to go for the external calibration. So let us first of all discuss the internal calibration. Now internal calibration is being done by using this cable. Now this cable comes along with this instrument, right? So one end of this cable you have to insert into this knob, right, which reads pH electrode. Okay, you have to insert it into this properly. Then the other end of this cable you have to insert in 7 pH plug. Okay, this is the electronics buffer. There would be 3 standard buffers over here. There would be pH 4 buffer, 7 pH buffer and 9.2 pH buffer. So there is acidic buffer, neutral buffer as well as the alkaline buffer. So first of all, the first step is to insert one end in this plug, okay, and then you have to insert the other end in the 7 pH buffer. Then over here, the reading should be 7. If reading is not 7, it is slightly varying, then you need to set it to exact 7 by this screwdriver, right? You have to turn this shaft, that is asymmetry potential. Okay, so you can see over here 7 has been set. Now for 7, you are not supposed to touch the slope. Okay, 7 pH has to be always set using asymmetrical potential only. Okay, do not touch this knob, right? Now let me tell you what is asymmetry potential. So asymmetry potential is the potential which generates due to slight imperfections in the membrane. Now we know that the electrode is having thin glass membrane, right? This bulb is the thin glass membrane, right? So if there are any imperfections in that membrane, then it would generate some extra potential, and that extra potential has to be nullified. Okay, you have to minus it out, or you can say you have to omit that potential, right? So you can nullify that asymmetry potential by setting this asymmetry potential knob to 7. So now since we have set over here 7, we can say that the potential which is being generated due to the imperfections in the membrane has been nullified, right? Now once this is being done, the next step is to insert this end into 4 pH. Okay, we have inserted into the 4 pH internal standard buffer, right? Over here, now the reading should be 4. So if the reading is not 4, you can turn the slope knob and you can set it 4. So you can see that we have set 4 exact value, right? And for setting this, you are not supposed to touch the asymmetry potential. You have to set that by using the slope. Now when you insert, when you remove from 4, and then you need to insert it into 9.2. Okay, you can see over here, we have inserted into 9.2. Now over here you can see that the reading is 9.23. So again turn the slope knob and set it 9.2. Okay. So now your internal calibration is being done. what we have done is, first of all, we have inserted into 7 pH internal buffer, and we have turned the asymmetry potential knob, and we have set 7 over here, right? After that, you have to insert this into 7 pH and you have to turn the slope for setting 4. And then you need to insert it into 9.2, and again you have to turn slope to set 9.2, right? So with the help of asymmetry potential knob, you have to set 7, and by using the slope knob, you have to set 4 pH as well as 9.2 pH. Okay, this you need to remember. And over here, slope means the slope of millivolt per pH. Okay, so this was the internal calibration. So now let us start with the external calibration, right? So for external calibration, you require 3 buffer solutions. So this is the 4 pH buffer solution, this is the 7 pH buffer solution, and then there would be a 9.2 pH buffer solution. Okay, so the buffer tablets are available in the market, and you have to take one tablet and you have to dissolve it in 100 ml of distilled water, and you have to prepare the solution in a volumetric flask. So over here I have transferred that solution, buffer solution, into a beaker, right? Over here, in the similar manner, 7 pH buffer tablets are available in the market. So we have prepared 100 ml of the solution and I have transferred it into a beaker. So similar way, you can also prepare a buffer solution of 9.2 pH using the buffer tablets. Okay, so suppose say if you are working with acidic pH range, that is from 1 to 7, then you can take these 2 buffer solutions for the calibration. Okay, you have to choose 4 pH buffer and 7 pH buffer. And suppose say if you are working with basic range, that is from 7 to 14, then you have to work with these 2 buffer solutions, that is 7 pH and 9.2 pH. Okay, and for example, if you are working with the entire pH range, that is from 1 to 14, then you can either go for this 2 or this 2. So today we'll be using 4 pH buffer as well as the 7 pH buffer for the calibration, because we are working with the entire range of the pH, right? So first of all, you have to take the buffer solution in a beaker. First of all, you have to take 7 pH buffer solution. Okay, over here the electrode is being dipped into a distilled water. You have to transfer this electrode into a 7 pH buffer solution. Then you can see over here, this electrode right now is connected or has been plugged into this knob, right, which is for pH. Okay, you have to transfer this into 7 pH buffer solution, and you have to set over here 7. Now if the reading is not 7, then you can turn asymmetry potential knob and you can set it 7. Okay, so once that is being done, what you have to do is you have to remove that electrode, you have to wash it with distilled water, blot it dry, and transfer it into a 4 pH buffer solution, right? Now over here the reading should read 4. Now if there is slight variation, then you have to turn slope knob and you have to set 4 over here. Okay, once the 4 is being set, remove the electrode, wash with distilled water, blot it dry, and you can directly place it into a sample solution, and then you can start taking your readings. I mean, you can start performing your actual practical. So this was the external calibration, right? We have seen over here, we have done the calibration using 7 pH buffer solution as well as the 4 pH buffer solution, right? So when you take 7 pH buffer solution, always you have to turn the asymmetry potential knob. You are not supposed to touch the slope knob, right? But whenever you use 4 pH buffer solution or say 9.2 pH buffer solution, then you have to set over here 4 or 9.2 with the help of this slope. At that time, don't touch asymmetry potential. So this you need to remember, and the method is same in external as well as internal calibration. 7 has to be always set with asymmetry potential, whereas 4 pH as well as 9.2 pH has to be set with the slope. Okay, so in this way you can carry out the external calibration. When the electrode is not in use, you are never supposed to dip it in a distilled water when it is not in use, because what will happen if you dip it in a distilled water or deionized water, then the ions which are there inside this would leach out, okay, and it would render your electrode unused. Okay, so always you have to dip the electrode in KCl solution or in a 7 pH buffer solution or in a 4 pH buffer solution when it is not in use.